Horizon Forbidden West. Now, I'm not going to waste much time. I'm going to get right into it. Is this game worth your money? This is a AAA title, a lot of hype behind it, and it's asking for the premium £70 here in the UK. I'm going to say right now it is, and I say that confidently. Horizon Forbidden West is worth your money. You know, the game's not perfect, it has its flaws, but what it does well, it does exceptionally well. And this game screams next gen without even being truly next gen. And for that, it needs applauded. So I'm just going to get right into it. This game, for me, in many ways, it embodies what a AAA title should be. You know, when you spend £70 and you're paying the full asking price of a AAA game, you want a certain standard. You want to be blown away. You want to be playing it and reacting in awe to what's happening on screen. And Horizon does that. You know, from a graphical point of view, it's very similar to what Red Dead Redemption 2 managed to achieve when that came out. You know, how it just blew away every open world game we'd ever seen to that point in terms of its graphical fidelity. This is the same. You know, the graphics hit you immediately like a Mack truck. You know, it's everything from the sand to the snow to the water to the machines themselves to the particle effects. Everything looks absolutely exceptional, and the game maintains that standard throughout. Everything just looks good. The colours pop really well. It's fantastic. Now, I don't know if it's native 4K. Quite frankly, I couldn't give a fuck. I don't know if this is 1080p, 2K. I really don't know. All I'm telling you is from someone that has played it, it looks phenomenal. I'm playing it on performance mode, and at no point playing it did I think to myself, oh, I wish this scene had more resolution, or, you know, or I wasn't tempted to switch to graphics mode. I like my games to run at 60, and I feel like Horizon definitely would play the best at 60. In terms of the gameplay, it's just as high a standard as the graphics, which is why this game is a must-buy. The graphics and the gameplay really are the selling point of this game. They carry this game along with the world. You know, what the developers have managed to do here is really applaudable. The gameplay is fast-paced, it's dynamic, it's fluid, the moment-to-moment gameplay is absolutely absurd, and you will be reacting to things happening on screen. Stuff will happen which will blow you away. You know, each individual machine has its own individual quirks about them. They have their own way of moving, their own way of fighting, and they're just all very unique and different, and the developers have gone to great length to ensure that each machine feels different. You know, when you're fighting them, it's different. So when you're in a situation where you're fighting multiple machines at any one time, it's the combat is very visceral. Now, I would recommend playing this on hard. Now, I'm a casual gamer, so that might sound a bit like, well, why? But it's because, okay, Aloy, if you play it on easy or normal, she's just like, it doesn't make sense. She's like £120, and you can just bitch slap any machine you want with your spear. But if you play it on hard, you have to play as a trapper. You have to really analyze and investigate each machine and learn what it's weak to, learn where its vulnerabilities lie, and then take advantage of it. You sort of can be more immersed into the world and by approaching things how Aloy would probably have to approach these fights if it was real life. But yeah, the gameplay's phenomenal. It really is. It's combine the gameplay with the graphics, you're left with an experience which is very, very memorable. The world itself is great. You know, I've played games like Assassin's Creed and stuff where there's just quests scattered everywhere. A lot of them are rubbish, but in Horizon, the side missions are quite well done. In fact, a lot of the side missions are greater than the story stuff. The main quests can actually be a drag, but I'll get to that in a bit. The side missions, they're well done, they're well thought out, they're a lot of fun to do. The map is populated by interesting things to find and discover. You know, it's really, and a lot of the side missions, they link up as well. You'll do something at one point, and then it'll connect to another mission later on, which I really enjoyed that. It was similar to how it used to do that in Witcher 3. Very similar to that. Now, the game's downside, for me, is quite a big one. So whether or not this game is worth it to you, all depends on where you fall in this category. So, story. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I don't like Aloy as a character. For someone who grew up as an outcast, she should have more edge. She has no edge. She has a personality of a cardboard box. And she's just bland. In fact, all the characters are bland. A lot of the times when people are talking, to me at least, it feels like they're reading a script. Nothing feels organic. Nothing feels fluid or real. No one has any real depth to their character. It's almost like everyone just has one mold. and I just found it very, very difficult to really engage with the story. Now, I'm a big story guy. This isn't me getting bored because there's cutscenes and conversations. My two favorite game series of all time is Mass Effect and Metal Gear Solid. So there you have it. I'm more than happy to sit there and watch conversations flow. But Horizon just doesn't do it for me. You know, when Aloy is talking to Gaia, it's if you took a shot of vodka every time you heard the phrase subordinate functions, you'd be wasted. I just find it boring. I feel like they had this amazing opportunity where they was creating a game in a tribalistic world set in the distant future where every mammal, every predatory being had were now robots. You know, robot dinosaurs, robot alligators, and robot bulls, and it's a sci-fi writer's wet dream. But I feel like what they managed to achieve, it's just not enticing. It's not exciting. It's actually quite boring. I feel like if Horizon was a book or Horizon was a TV show, it would fail. But that's, again, this is what I meant earlier on in the review. Story is very subjective. What I don't like about Horizon, someone else might love. Someone else might think Aloy is amazing and the story is great. I found the story to be boring, found it to be very pretentious. I found it to just not be entertaining. And I'll be honest, as much as I love the game itself, I'd be hard pressed to be invested in paying full price for a sequel just because I'm not interested in Aloy or the story or anything that's going on. That's it. So with all that being said, if you're a big fan of Zero Dawn, you're going to absolutely love Forbidden West. If you're already invested in this story, you're going to love it. But if you had critiques about the first game, maybe you didn't gel with it because you thought it was slow, you didn't really get on with the story, well, just like how the gameplay is dialed up in this, just how the graphics are dialed up in this, the story problems are also upped in this as well. I actually think Zero Dawn had a more compelling tale than this one has. Ultimately, whether or not this game is for you all depends on which side of the fence you fall. The graphics on this game are beautiful, or inspired even. The gameplay is visceral, it's dynamic, it is fun. The game is fun. This game, it knows it's a game. It's fun to play. But the story leaves much to be desired. The characters, they're just bland. The personalities just have no uniqueness about them. No real qualities for you to latch onto. So it's a mixed bag for me. It's worth it in the sense that this game is big, has a lot to offer any gamer, but it falls short in the story. And if you're like me and the story is one of the most important aspects of a game, then it falls flat. So I am your bearded nerd. This was the review of Horizon Forbidden West. If you liked it and you want to see more, please subscribe, leave a like, feel free to comment below. I will do my best and I strive to answer every single comment that I can. Till next time.